Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle Budgeting. And my name is Brandy. I am a budgeter that is concentrating on paying off consumer debt. Right now I'm working on my credit cards and my car simultaneously through challenges and things. There are some links up in the cards that background some of this and kind of give you an explanation. If you're new here and you do like budgeting videos that talk about cash stuffings, monthly budgets, weekly budgets, things like that, I hope that you will subscribe. Make sure to ring the bell for notifications. I do have a 500 subscriber contest coming. It is actually going to be posted by July 1st, do or die, if I hit 500 or not, because there is one prize within the entire prize pack that is dated, so I want to make sure I get that out to whoever the winner is, and they at least have half the year to use it. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining. I do really appreciate it. I actually took a week off after my Doordash bonanza in May. There was 5 paychecks in May and I hit all of them, and I do suffer from autoimmune disease, so it's not easy for me to do something like that with working full-time and a family and everything else. So I appreciate all of you that have stuck around and waited for the videos to come back. So today I am stuffing my bi-weekly paycheck. So this is not Doordash income. This is 100% my bi-weekly paycheck. My Doordash will be back next week. I actually will be back to my normal Doordash uploads. Today I am stuffing 1,087. So I'm going to set the money up, and then I want to go over something really quick, housekeeping, and then we'll get started on stuffing my envelopes. So again, it is 1,087. I did already count it and straighten it because it makes me crazy when they're not at least somewhat aligned. So let me just get these out really quick. Two housekeeping things I wanted to talk about. If you can see, I have a ton of ones. Well, there's one $2 bill I'm setting to the side, but a ton of ones here. I am starting something new this week in 2 ways. So the first thing you will notice as I go through my sinking funds and my challenges and my savings and everything else, I actually have a lot of money missing out of here. I actually had planned on using money out of here and paying off my car, and I actually was given a business opportunity that was just pretty much too much to refuse. I thought that I would have needed a whole lot more money to go into this venture that I'm not going to, and more details will be coming as we get into the summer about it. It is related to budgeting, and it is one of those that I thought for sure I would have to have like 10K to do it. I've owned my business in the past. I actually sold it for a profit. I invested almost 20K the first year, pretty much 15, 10, 12, I think it was 12K right off the bat. So I thought that I would need a whole lot more money to start this business, and I was able to. So it is not stickers, because I feel like that is like a go-to. I'm not creating or manufacturing cash envelopes, anything like that, but I'll give you more details as I start receiving some of the things and as I get my website built and things like that. But I did take a large portion, not all of them. I did not empty them, and I didn't touch things like Thanksgiving or holidays or anything like that. I did empty a lot to do that business venture, so you'll see it as I go through. So that's the first thing. The other thing is so prior to that decision, I had already created a home binder. I did get this binder free off Amazon through gift cards, through rewards through my work. And I had created this and planned on next year starting this and doing it. So after talking with another budgeter, I actually had an idea, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I am going to start stuffing this now, but it is going to be ones. So I'm not going to stuff them all on camera. I will let you know how much I'm stuffing, and I will let you know each video how much, but there's no point in me going through every one of these envelopes on camera and showing you the ones. So for this one, I do have $30 that's going in here. So $2 for my $2 bill. Then I also need $28 because I'm doing 30 total, 28 singles that are going to go into this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. $2 is going to stay for my sinking funds. So I have been asked by other people when I mention this, like, why stuff $1 here and $1 there? Because from now, today's my first payday in June, so 2 paydays in June and 2 paydays in July and so on. There'll be 3 in September, but for all of these paydays, and I'm going to find a way to implement it with my Doordash as well, for all of these paydays, these are adding up. So like you would think, oh, well, if it's $1, it's only $2 in June. It is. But if you add in Doordash, if you add in birthday presents or whatever, it slowly will have something, and I'll actually start the new year just with something. If I had $200 in these envelopes to start the year, that's still more than I would have if I did nothing. And $30 gets blown on BS pretty much any time. No matter how perfect I budget my money, there is a time and a place that money gets wasted, whether it's on groceries that didn't get eaten, whatever it is, money gets wasted. So this is a way I am concentrating on these. So I'm just going to throw this in here. I will sort that in later. I'm not going to worry about that on camera. So let's start with our sinking funds. First thing I want to say is because of that money that came out, I am not stuffing anything in my challenges right now, and there is a little bit in here left, not much. Only thing left is some singles in my 1K challenge that I'm going to actually pull out, and some singles in my Saveopoly that I'm going to pull out. I'm actually going to put these in here, and they're going to go into something later. I am going to not be stuffing my challenges for June and July, but then I am going to be going ham in August and the rest of the year to finish paying off my car. But I do have 2 business bills I need to pay that are sizable, but not the end of the world, that I want to pay off these 2 months that are on my business card, and I don't want to carry very much interest, and I don't want to carry it long term. I want it to be a cash investment. So that is why we are not stuffing any challenges. So first thing I'm going to start with is my sinking funds. So I do have my cash envelopes in here right now because I'm not carrying cash while I'm door dashing. It makes me nervous. So I'm actually going to be leaving these in here for now. I do still have my cash envelopes in my wallet. I carry them, so if I do need to buy something or I need to take something with me, I do have them and they're available. But for the most part, I use my cash to pay back my card. So the first thing I have is groceries, and if you've seen any of my prior videos, I did receive a rebate card for a large purchase we made actually quite a while ago during the pandemic. We did finally get it. It's actually paying off our groceries for quite a while. Like, I'm still not out of money. It's crazy, and I actually have a really reasonable amount left. So I'm just stuffing $25 per paycheck of my normal paychecks for now, and then I will actually go into stuffing regular later in the summer. So $50.75 is in my groceries. Fuel is got nothing in it, and it is getting $50. So I don't like carrying a $50 for fuel. For the sheer thing is that if I typically don't put $50 in my tank, and that means that I would have to get change in order to pay back my card, or if I actually pay cash, I get change at the station, but it's not very common. So next I have subscriptions, and subscriptions is getting $20. So I now have $40 in subscriptions. I did just recently pay off some subscriptions. I haven't been posting, so I didn't do my weekly cash payback, but I have been paying them the same. Cards have been getting paid off. So it is something that I will start again next week because the week ends today and I've already paid off my bills for today. So starting next Wednesday, I will be filming those videos again if you like those. Next, I have beauty. And beauty is getting $75. 50, 75. And I have not very much in here because the bulk of it I actually took for my business. And then Doordash did put a little bit back in, but the bulk of my beauty went to my business investment. So beauty, I have 50, 70, 80, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. And I think that will be entirely gone on Saturday when I go get my manicure and pedicure, or nails done in my pedicure. Next is medical. I'm not stuffing anything in medical. It does have 100 in it right now. Not stuffing anything in there. Household and miscellaneous are each getting 10, and I do stuff these separately. So this is getting 10 each. I'm putting them in the same envelope, but I do break them down so that they're not on the same dollar amount. Or the same tender. Pets is next, and pets got emptied, but I don't need food or litter for quite a while, and so I am putting a 10 in here. And how do I want to do this? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not going to work. So somewhere I've messed up because now I need change, and I didn't need change previously. You know what? I think beauty has 2 10s. When I was working it out in my head, I didn't need change for anything. So obviously I didn't work it out very well. That's what that tells me. So medical is nothing. Household is done. Pets is getting 10. And this will again begin to accumulate until I do my next Chewy order, which my kids, I don't know if I did too many Chewy orders in a row or what happened, but we have 3 huge bags of cat food in our closet. No, 2 bags, excuse me. 2 bags of cat food. Then I have 2 bins of litter, and litter is like a shortage right now. So I kept procrastinating to order. So hopefully this will pile up and then I can just do it. If worst case scenario, I will take it out of household or miscellaneous if I get to that point. So next is my regular sinking funds. Shades isn't getting anything and miscellaneous is in my, unless I hit 200, miscellaneous stays in my cash envelope. So next is clothing, and clothing is getting 40. So I'm just going to show it just so that you know what's happening. 40 would go in here. This is already gone actually. I use, and there's a review on my channel. I'll try to remember to link it in the cards, called Thinks Panties. They're actually for your period. They are amazing. And been using them, I think 18, I looked the other day, is the first time I'd ordered from them. So we're looking at about 3 years worth of usage. And some of my older ones are wearing out. They're just not as absorbent as they used to do. So I did order, they had a 30% off sale, and I did order them using Afterpay. And my copay for this paycheck is 40. So I'm pulling this out right now, and this is going to go back into my other expense thing. And I'll show you what I do with it, because I actually pulled the 40 for the payment out of my rollover, and I'm going to use that 40 for something. So clothing had 40 allotted for it. It's getting nothing actually in the envelope. Next is car. I don't know if you guys are having heat waves where you are, but I am roasting where I am at. It's been about 90, but I am a summer baby. I love it when it's warm. It really excites me, and I love the beach. But for some reason, my asthma has been way worse this year than it has in years past, which part of that is the allergy season. Like, pollen has been crazy around here, but it is just crazy. So in car, I did have some expenses come out of this envelope. So this one is not one that went to the business, but it did have some expenses. I added 20 to it, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 50, 70. I was just over 400, and then I had to buy wiper blades and some other stuff. So next is car tax. This is the only envelope that on a regular basis my husband and I both contribute to. I contribute 11, he contributes 11, and it does equal $22. So let's see what we got here. I believe I have enough to get rid of, I do not, okay. I thought I had enough to go to the ones, but I don't. I feel like I do that every week. 100, 50, 70, 95, 96, 97, 98. I have one more cash stuffing until I actually go buy my tags, and then the rest I will have to pull out of my rollover because I'm going to end up being slightly short, I think. So that's 198, and I think it's like 357, so maybe next payday I'll try to contribute a little bit extra. So next is home. Home is getting 20. Not currently contributing to appliances. We haven't decided what we're going to do yet, so I'm not going to store money in there when we don't know if we're actually going to buy them yet. We don't have any broken ones right now. They're just older. Next is birthdays. I did spend 25 on a coworker's birthday recently, so that is out of here. And I'm putting 25 in, so we will have 1, 2, 25. Next is gifts. Gifts is also getting 25. This did get the money pulled out for my business, and it was used for my business investment. That's where that money went. Nothing in electronics, nothing in planner goodies, nothing in grandsons, and nothing in zoo trips. So that is it for this binder. Next is my savings binder. So this one's got some stuff in it recently and some stuff out of it. So I'm going to start back here for a second. Where are they at? I lost them. So savings only has $5 in it, and emergency fund I have $1,000 in the bank, but I do not have anything in here. So that is where I did pull these out for my business investment. And I realize some people may agree or disagree. I do have savings in the bank. These were just local cash savings. They were not all of my savings. And again, I do still have $1,000 in my emergency fund. So going to school is getting a 20. And actually, Okay. So I will have 50, 70, 80. Thanksgiving is also getting a 20. So Thanksgiving will have 170. Christmas is getting, I think Christmas is getting 75 this time. Let me just check something. Yeah. So Christmas is only getting 75 this paycheck. Again, they've changed. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I pulled those ones out of my savings challenges. I'm taking a one to add it to beauty because that will equal 50. So I'll have 20, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That equals 50, and I can grab a 50 and put it in here. I pulled those ones out anyways. It's not like I'm losing anything from it. And that allows me to get change. I do like it better when my singing funds are fuller because I am able to give change easier. So let me just put this away. These are all ones, okay. So back to Santa. Oops, I forgot my little $500 bill. I need 75, so I have 50, 75. So I did put $500 in the bank, and I did not know when I ordered this. I have Amazon in case anybody else makes a mistake, but if you look how tiny that is, it does the job. It's not a big deal, but this is $500 in the bank, so we have 6, 750, 775. Okay, holidays is not getting anything. Vacation is not getting anything. Passports is not getting anything. I don't think anything else in here is, except for... Correct. Okay. So the only thing left in this envelope is Snowball. And Snowball is getting 500, which I know this is 500 $1 bills, $100 bills. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, 6, 20, 40, 60, 80, 680. So I need 611 roughly to pay it. However, I know that I left 27 for the payment, and if I'm paying it off, I don't need an additional payment. So actually I need less than that. So let's see what I need. 610, 77 minus 27 is 584 roughly. So let's see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 81. So I'm gonna leave 100 in here. And this is 80. So let's see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is paying off my Kohl's card. If all goes well and I'm able to continue what I'm doing, I should be able to pay off one more card this month, but this is going to pay off my Kohl's card. Some people wait to the very end of the month to actually pay off their credit cards, which I don't have any issue with. If that's what works for you, I think you should do whatever motivates you. However, stubborn little hair. However, I want to pay less interest. So if I have the money at the beginning of the month, I do the money at the beginning of the month. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts for me personally. That's how I do it. So what do we have left? Let me just count this up. And I'm including that $40 that was from the clothing bill. So I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 122. Something is not adding up right. I'm going to go through and off camera check my envelopes and see if I accidentally put something in somewhere or just made an honest mistake, and I will come back and update you in just a minute. Okay, so I went and looked, and I think the only thing that is wrong is I just didn't pull out enough money. I did make a change right at the end. I must have like had my brain stuck in the prior change. So I just want to count both of these one more time, make sure before I decide what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 81, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. So that's good to go to pay off the Kohl's card. And then I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 125, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So I should actually have 230. The $2 I'm not worried about because it's probably from the sinking funds that I emptied the challenges. So I'm actually, it looks like $100 short if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it should be 230. So 50, that's 110, 20, 25. Yeah. So I will just pull 100 out of my bank account. This money right here is actually going to pay off one of the bills I was discussing. It's not a huge amount. I think total all in the bills that I owe for business right now, I think is $1,000 for all of it, but I actually have some of it already set aside to deposit, so I'm not going to owe $1,000 total. So 230 is going to pay off one of the bills. So that is my cash stuffing and sinking funds for my first paycheck in June. Don't forget to look up in the cards. I do my debt update. I do them every quarter. I do link the one that was from the first quarter up there at the end of June. I'll be doing the second quarter. I show you where I started, where I'm at, what I've paid off. I really go into detail about my debt. And honestly, it was a very humbling journey. If you're unsure if you should start a debt journey, if you're kind of liking cash stuffings and you're like, I don't know if that's for me, or I don't know if I need that, I really suggest something that I did. Someone said this to me and I thought that they were full of shit, pardon the French, when they said it. And then years later, it stuck in my head and I kept circling back to it mentally. So this person said to me, if you feel you don't need a debt journey, or you feel you don't need to go, you know, just crazy paying off debt, if you feel like you're fine, just add up all the interest you paid in the last calendar year. So whether you do January to December or you do January to January, that's the same thing. Wow, Brandy, it's been a long day and the sun has ate my brain. Whether you do January to January, you do July to July, doesn't matter, but do 12 calendar months, add up in total all the interest you've paid. So this means, not including your house, in my opinion. That person did suggest your house if you have a loan, but I think that, you know, going into a home loan, you're going to pay interest, right? That's, most people don't have, you know, $300,000 sitting there to go buy a home. So that person told me your credit card, your student loans, your car payment, your home payment, everything. So I actually went in, this is probably 3 years ago, I went in and totaled up all of my debt and totaled up all of the interest I'd paid, and I threw up. It was that obtruse and ridiculous that I threw up. So at that point in time, I paid off almost all of my consumer debt. I did not pay off, well, I paid off one car. I did not pay off the one that I'm paying off now, and I did not pay off my student loans, but I was credit card debt free. And then the habits snuck back in, and I was kind of fluffing it off because I do make okay money. I wasn't living paycheck to paycheck. I did not have a lot of savings, but I was meeting all my financial obligations. So in my head, it wasn't a problem. And I kept hearing that individual who was very financially savvy in the back of my head. Have you added up your interest? And again, repeat event. When I added it up, I was physically ill. So if you think you don't need to, and you think, you know, I don't owe that much, she owes way more than I do, just kind of do that little experiment, in my opinion. I think that it's really eye-opening, because if your habits are good, you're not going to owe that much interest. And you're going to go, yep, I was right. I'm good. But if you add it up and you've paid a ton, I think it's really eye-opening. The other thing I will say, if you're thinking about doing this, make sure that you read a lot of different books about it. And I'll tell you why I say that. When I was younger, I tried the Dave Ramsey and I thought that that was the all end all. That's all there was. It just never clicked with me. I've had problems with his system from day one. I feel like it's too linear. It's very, the steps put you in these brick walls and you have to follow that, or you're not following Dave Ramsey. Well, finance is very personal, and what someone that is a two-person couple household, regardless of age, regardless of whatever, is going to be totally different than someone who has a family like ours that originally had 6 kids. We do still have 6 kids, of course, but we don't have 6 at home anymore. Our bills are getting lower, our expenses are declining, and we're having a little bit of relief in that regard. On the same point, someone who has goals at close to retirement age to someone who's in their 20s are completely different. So I just think you need to be open-minded. I have switched things up. I started my budget journey and documenting it in October of 2020. I have switched things up 100 times since then because, first of all, that keeps me motivated. It keeps me interested. It keeps me doing what I need to do. But second of all, it actually is fine-tuning my program. My program hasn't had huge swings of behaviors, but as things or needs arise, examples, not using as much cash on hand. I still use cash. I still budget cash. I'm not allowed to wanton use my card. However, previously, when I first started, I was using cash for everything. And then we dealt with more shutdowns, dealt with some high cases here, and it just kind of pulled me back. And then I started seeing the fruit of my labor with the rewards on my credit card, and I honestly haven't looked back. Now, does that mean that I will never do credit cards or never do cash 100% again? Not at all. Actually, I plan on going back to it probably as my business starts getting ramped up, because I want to make sure that I'm spending only what I should be spending and not a penny more. I do that now, but I say that loosely because I have rollover, and if I am out and my bill is, let's say that I have $40 for gas and the bill is $42, I don't blink. I just fill up the tank because I know I can pull $2 from rollover. I actually plan on moving towards not touching my rollover for things like that. So if I do go over by $2, it's got to come out of spending. It's got to come out of something else, which I don't know if anybody noticed, but I did not stuff spending or eating out this week. I am putting that money towards my debt for my business because I want it to be zero debt when it opens. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you watching. If you'd post the temperature where you live down below, I would love to know what you guys are going through. I know that from looking at my statistics that there's people in Europe, there's people in Australia, there's people in New Zealand, and there's people all over the United States and Canada watching. So I'd love to know what it's like where you are. Me personally, it is 91 degrees at the moment, and I am sweating and loving every minute of it. So I hope wherever you guys are, whatever you're doing, you're having a wonderful day, and I hope I see you guys again soon.